Good afternoon. My name is Chris Ward, and I'd like to give a little understanding of cultural literacy today. Now imagine this. You're in the military, you're sent overseas to a brand new country you've never been to before to work with the locals there. What do you do? How do you bridge the gap of two different worlds, speaking two different languages, with two different understandings of life? You strive for cultural literacy. Look at this cartoon. The woman with the blonde hair and the sunglasses is thinking, everything's covered but her eyes. What a cruel male-dominant culture. The other woman, fully covered except her eyes, is thinking, nothing covered but her eyes. What a cruel male-dominated culture. What I see here is two women from two different cultures with no understanding for one another. Having been in the military, I've traveled all over the world, seen many different cultures. And I've seen them interact and go back and forth and also clash. I've seen it where it can work out, and I've also seen where it's been a disaster. I've almost seen international incidences sparked. Seen, not caused, but it's led me to understand the importance of cultural literacy. Having traveled through a diversity of different cultures, from here in America all the way to the Middle East, I've spent extended amount of times living with Koreans, Iraqis, Kuwaitis, Indians, and multiple others. Each one of them different and unique. That's what makes them individuals. Their perception, their gestures, their speaking, their mannerisms, all unique to each individual culture. Cultural literacy is not just about a language barrier. There's verbal and nonverbal communications. It's also about each individual aspect of their lives, from the dress, the food, how they speak, what they speak, their gestures, and even their values and morals. Having broad and extensive travel experience has taught me that we Americans have some ignorance to us. Other countries teach English. They learn English. While we in America only learn about us. It kind of shows the irony that we have here in our own borders. So many different cultures, but yet so little understanding of each one. Understanding culture and different people and where they come from different walks of life, goes beyond language. It's about understanding all aspects, from the gestures to the food, and how the culture interacts. Basically, how they think. In India, shaking the head from side to side like this might mean yes, or it could mean a wide variety of other things. But what it does not mean, like here in the United States, is no. In Southeast Asia, the hands on the hip, it's a hostile gesture. Probably something you'd want to avoid when dealing with the armed forces or officials. Personal experience that I have with gestures and everything else in different cultures was when I was in South Korea. Very fascinating. It revolves around respect. But the gesture is, when you're going to pass off an item, say the item's in this hand. You want to place the other hand just above the elbow when handing it to them, paying for something or whatever else. Samnida, thank you. Some gestures can be very offensive. Like in the United States, this is okay. In another culture, like Brazil, it means an intimate part of the anatomy. So you need to be careful when you're overseas or anywhere else that you're not familiar with what the gestures are, even here in the United States. Managing cultural literacy takes time and dedication and research, even before interacting with another culture. There's volumes and volumes and volumes of information out there on the internet and even in libraries. Yes, libraries. Take some time, gain some understanding, if you can. It'll save you a lot of trouble and headache later on. Cultures are huge and varying things. There's no way to understand it all by just doing research. It takes hands-on experience and living with the culture to get a full understanding of it. But here are some simple guidelines to go by. Admit when you don't know something. Don't judge a situation without taking a step back. Try looking at it from another's perspective. You know the old saying, walk a mile in someone's shoes? Yeah. Check your assessment with your peers. They may see something you didn't. Understand that everyone can add their own experiences to a situation. And you know what? Celebrate differences. It's what makes us special and unique. Understanding cultural literacy. It's not just about learning a language and everything else. It's also about learning how those individuals speak, gesture, their verbal, non-verbal communications, how they think, their body languages, everything that goes into it. The most important thing that I've learned, and the best tool that I have that I can provide you, is respect, being respectful and being polite. That's really the best way and easiest way to get through encountering a new culture. You be respectful, they have a lot of understanding. If you're rude, you're not going to get any understanding from them.